What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Your Ex Drinking Buddy with me, your host, Brennan Tassif. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Full video available there. Check out the merch store. Look at all this stuff. We got all this stuff on the merch store. It's all available on the website, BrennanTComedy.com. You can also get my tour dates there. Every show that I have coming up, I'm going to be in New York, traveling the country, doing a bunch of gigs. So check it out. Get tickets at BrennanTComedy.com. Check out the merch store. And lastly, if you really want to support, go to www.patreon.com/BrennanTComedy. And that is where you can find Tales from the Restaurant, where I divulge everything about the celebrities I wait on. And also a little bit of behind the scenes. You'll also get the episodes early, a bunch of bonus episodes. Check it all out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the episode.
Grab me a beer and grab me a coke. We bout to sit for an hour, bullshit and tell jokes. And please don't mix it up, cause he done sobered up. Brennan T Comedy on your social media feeds. And Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy.
What is up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Your Ex Drinking Buddy. I am your host, Brennan Tassif. If you're new to the program, quick rundown of the show. I used to be everyone's favorite drinking buddy. It was my favorite thing to do, hang out with friends, get drunk, do drugs, get in all sorts of trouble, and then reminisce about those crazy stories. I am sober now, but it's still one of my favorite things to do, hang out with somebody and reminisce about the crazy old days. Most weeks I'll be joined by guests. This week is no exception. All the way from New York City, Nick Tilleli. What's up, dude?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Of course.
Before we get too far into anything, plug everything up front. Social media. This will come out in a couple weeks. Any shows you got coming up in August or anything like that?
I'll be in Chicago in August.
Fuck yeah, me too. When?
The first week.
Oh, I'm there the second week.
Oh, fuck. What are you doing out there?
I'm featuring for my headliner. God, we're doing a Laugh Lounge or something like that.
Oh, okay. Laugh. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Laugh Studio, Laugh Lounge, something like that.
I'm there for a festival the first week.
Okay.
And I've only been once, but it was like a bar show. And there's this place, Lincoln Lodge. You ever hear of Lincoln Lodge?
I have heard of that. So
Yeah,
the last time my wife and I took a vacation to Chicago, and this is what I do on every vacation. I will reach out, because I feel like if I'm not doing comedy, I'm wasting time. I'll reach out to every booker so they can all tell me no. So then I'm like, oh, now I can just enjoy the vacation.
Yeah.
I did my part.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone was like, oh, you got to reach out to Lincoln Lodge. And they were like, we're good. And I was like, all right, cool.
Well, depending on how this goes, maybe I'll give them a reference. You know, You need it.
I have a buddy who's from Chicago. I don't know if you know he's from Chicago, and he's like, dude, tell him I sent you. And they're like, nah, actually, we're okay. And I was like, all right, cool.
I'm embarrassed to give people my name for that exact reason. I don't like. People think that you have more pull than you actually do.
Yeah, 100%.
Just because you perform at the place doesn't mean they go, whatever this kid says goes. We love his 15.
I have so many friends that, are you originally from New York?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have so many friends being from Florida that come to visit that are comics.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, can you get me spots? And I'm like, I don't know if you looked at my calendar, but I'm not getting a ton of spots.
Yeah, straight up.
No,
Straight
I can't.
up.
I can point you to some open mics, but that's about it. Yeah, it's interesting when you perform. Everyone's like, you must be in.
Yep. You live here, right? So yeah, no.
Just because I've been on at the stand a couple of times doesn't mean I can call the booker and be like, hey.
I got a few questions though.
Shoot
How
it.
long have you been sober for?
8 years. 8 years in May. Yeah.
What was the?
So the listeners have heard this a bunch, but the
yeah.
truncated version is I had a problem with alcohol, went to rehab, came out, got relapsed a bunch of times, couldn't get it together. Then on my 30th birthday, I ended up in the hospital on the cusp of death, being told by an ER doctor, like, you should have been dead a while ago. Like, your blood alcohol content is like, your body should have shut down. And I didn't die. And I was like, all right, I gotta stop doing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so instead of drinking all the time, you made your whole personality about how you used to drink.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
every alcoholic, by the way.
Oh. Yeah. Well, and see, that's the thing is I've made it my like brand, which I fucking hate saying, but I've made it like my
you got
thing.
an award for it, my
I
friend.
did. But that's only when it comes to the podcast.
Yeah.
Like one of my buddies, Dan Lamore, very funny comic, once told me, he's like, you're the best drinking buddy still. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, whenever you walk in, if people are drinking, you're like, you guys should do shots.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's party. I am not the guy who's like, you might have a problem. I'll say that behind your back, like to my wife, but I'll never say that to someone's face because I'm very against the people who are like, they get sober and then because my thing was when I got sober originally, when I went to rehab, I was that person. I thought I was better than everybody else. And I thought like I was on this pedestal and everyone else sucked. And then I kept relapsing and I was like, oh, you're actually way worse than everybody else. So now I don't.
That's interesting though. So when you're out there, you're kind of is drinking? It's like a cuckold situation. Do you like watch people?
Yeah, very much. Where I'm kind of like, you love it, don't you?
Why don't you have another?
Yeah, you're gonna do something stupid tonight, aren't you? I never thought of it like that, but that's very much what it is.
I feel that.
And also, like, I have a problem, and I tell people this all the time. I have a problem. I'm not responsible for what you guys got going on, so I'm not going to be like, oh, it's like...
It's actually worse because you know where alcohol can lead you and you're taking people there.
Yeah, that's kind of like, follow me. No, but it is one of those things where because I work in a restaurant to supplement my income, and we do wine tastings a lot. And obviously, I don't taste the wine. I will smell the wine. I'll sit down for the classroom and learn about the wine, but I'm very much Frank the Tank and old school. As soon as it hits my lips, I'm like, it's so good. So I just don't touch it. And there was a guy at my job who recently quit drinking, and the last wine tasting we went to, dude, he was all about like, you guys don't understand what alcohol does to you. This is so toxic. And I turned to my GM and I go, hey, Court, I've been sober for 8 years. Have you ever fucking heard me say any of this? And she was like, absolutely not. And I was like, yeah, I'm not that guy.
Yeah. You don't feel like that kind of guy.
No. And that's the other thing too, is I advertise my sobriety for the podcast, obviously, because that's what the show is. Nick, full transparency. The show was I would tell people these crazy stories, and then they would go, oh, that's crazy. One time I got so drunk I did this. And then in my brain I go, oh, that's the podcast. Yeah, that's the show. And so that's why it's kind of like all encompassing here. But like when I'm on stage, I've done full feature sets where I haven't even mentioned that I don't drink. Mm-hmm. Which is actually like sometimes, as a comic, you're like, this is my challenge.
I wasn't trying to be a dick.
No. But I completely understand that because it is.
Well, I was trying to be a dick, but I wasn't.
Also,
trying
I
to be
get
serious.
No, I get.
Yeah, my fault.
It's just one of these things where some people take it so fucking and it's like it's your thing, like it's my thing. Like I don't give a fuck what you do.
I was actually I quit drinking for a year, and I was embarrassed by the fact that I quit drinking for a year.
Yeah.
And people
embarrassed why? Because it wasn't long enough, or because you were like, oh, I feel like a bitch not drinking.
Because I feel like everyone around me was drinking, so it almost was just like, look at me, I'm not drinking. Look at So to supplement it, I just got high every day. I was like, look, see, I'm not better than anybody.
So that is another thing too. Is I talked about this before on the show, but I'll be hanging out with comics at a thing. And now, because I've been sober for so long, it'll take me a beat or two to be like, oh, you're hammered.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be friends of mine, and we'll all be hanging out, and they'll be like, dude, you're the best. You're so funny. And I'll be like, I haven't talked to you in like a year. Like, you've been off the reserve. Like, and then I'll be like, oh, you're wasted right now.
Dude, you know what's funny too? Because I grew up with a family that everybody loved to drink.
100%. Me too.
It's arguable whether they're alcoholics or not. My wife says that they are. But what the fuck does she know? All I can tell is that her family are losers. But growing up, I didn't understand what drinking was. All I knew is that everyone in my family were scumbags during the day, but a lot of fun at night. I was like, these guys are not morning people. That was my mindset.
Well, and that's the thing too, is I come from an Eastern European family, so it's the same thing. Everybody drinks. You do shots to celebrate, shots to mourn.
Of course.
It's just like a whole thing. So my entire life, I was just like, no, drinking is what we do. And then when I started getting like arrested and getting into real trouble, where I was like, oh, I'm the black sheep. Like I'm the one who can't handle it. And I can handle a lot of alcohol, but it's the fact that the second I start drinking, I no longer give a fuck about anyone or anything. I just want to get as drunk as humanly possible. And that's the thing, is like when my family drinks, they drink to have a good time.
Yeah.
When I drink, it's like, no, I want to get obliterated. So I was like, I can't do that anymore. So it's like going to the gym and like maxing out every single time you go to the gym. And it's like, you're going to blow your rotator. What are you doing? And so I just had to figure it out.
I liked not drinking for a period of time.
Did you feel better?
My skin was glowing. Yeah. I think I got taller. Everything just improved about my body and my mentality. And it was funny too, because I was expecting friends of mine to be like, you're a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
But everyone was just like, damn, I wish I could stop.
Dude, that's another thing too, where people I had that same fear of like,
Except the one friend, he goes, "You're fucking," but he needs to. Sorry,
well, there's a couple people who are like, I don't trust a man that doesn't drink, and I'm like, you have a problem. You have a serious problem.
Mostly respected though.
Yeah.
It's mostly respected because if you're like, I went to 2 weddings sober. I mean, I was high, but like sober is still fucking difficult. But anyway, I didn't mean to trance all over you, but I was shocked at the level of people who just go, who while sipping a beer, being like, I just wish I didn't have to fucking do this every time I go out.
Well, and it is because there are two things. First off, I still say some dumb out of pocket shit, and I've been sober for 8 years. Like I'll be at a comedy club, you're hanging, getting ready to go do your spot, and then all of a sudden I'll say something, and then on the walk home I'm like, you fucking idiot! Like why did you say? And I don't even drink, and I'll still say shit where I'm like, you fucking idiot.
That brings it because that's an interesting point because sometimes I'm like, is it the personality type that makes you not be able to drink? Like if your family are all drinkers, right, and they don't get arrested and do crazy shit. What is it about your personality that makes you behave that way?
I've actually
is it an alcohol thing, or is it just who you are? Which is still reason not to drink. I
thought a lot about this. So there's a saying we say in the super secret program I'm in where alcohol is just a symptom. It's not the alcohol. It's the way my brain works. So my family, say like an average family is like a 5 when it comes to like intensity. Mine's probably like a 7 or an 8. I'm a 9 or a 10. So it's just that little extra where it's like, oh, because my family, like, they'll get after it to like where you're like, some people will be like, oh, my family drinks, and they'll have like a beer at dinner, and I'm like, no. That's not what we're talking about. But my family will get after it, but they wake up the next day and they're super hungover or something, but that's kind of it. I'll just go that one little extra.
Yeah.
But when you're already at 7, 8, that one little extra takes you to like 9, 10, and that's too far.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it is my personality. I'm an addict by nature. I get obsessed with things by nature. So it is just that, and I got a lot of noise going on.
Well, that's what's so funny is because I think growing up I was just like, just don't fucking do it, pussy. Yeah. But there is an addict personality that you don't know how else to describe it as, but except addict, where everything is to the extreme. Yep. And we all have. I think comics have that personality. I mean,
you have to.
We can't just talk. We have to record it and show everybody. Yeah. Look how good I am.
Well, and not only that, but it is that thing. No matter how many times you get beaten down, it's the same thing. No matter how many times I woke up hungover, I was like, "We're doing." I have a bit about it. We're doing it again. It's the same thing as a comedian, where it's like, no matter how many times you get told no matter how many times someone leaves a comment where they're like, you fucking suck, no matter how many times that happened, we wake up in the morning and we go, nah, people want to hear what I have to say.
Exactly.
People want to hear it. And I think it takes professional athletes, because I played Division I football, so some of my friends played in the NFL. So I will say the highest level of athletics and art has that kind of addict, like you have to keep going.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, you have to keep going. And so it's just, that's why so many comics, especially in the 70s.
So you think at some point you have to get sober from comedy?
No, never. Dude, I've got my wife in the other room with our newborn baby. We have a pediatric appointment in like 45 minutes. And I was like, we're still fucking recording. Like nothing changes, nothing stops.
No.
I had to get everything set up, so it's like as soon as we're done here, I'm throwing him in the carrier and we're out of here. But it's that. But that's the thing. How many people do you know that were like, I think I should try stand up, or I want to start stand up? Go to 3 open mics and they go, this isn't for me.
Oh, of course.
And it's like, yeah, because you're not a psycho. Like we're 100%. Crazy.
Yeah, it really does shake the tree once you kind of just like you participate in the dungy, dark, depressing atmosphere. And also, I don't like comics. I found out about myself. I thought, because when I got into it, I thought everyone we're all going to tell jokes. I didn't realize the level of how much people take themselves seriously in regards to this thing. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
And it takes the fun out of comedy completely. I came in, I'm from Long Island, I'm busting balls. Everyone's like, this is a note-taking section. All right, never mind, bro. My fault.
Used to be the pretentious asshole you're talking about. So I got sober in 2018. I started comedy in 2009, but then I came back, like, so many breaks, so many, the year off, 2 years off, whatever. Finally came back in 2018. I was like, I need to treat this like a job because this is my life. This is what I want to do. This is going to be my life. And I remember going to mics and people would get up there just to fuck around. And I'd be like, you're wasting everybody's time. This is a precious thing. And then I realized, very similarly to my sobriety, through the help of friends, mainly Stephen Baker, shout out, people would tell me, hey, you're not the fucking comedy police.
Yeah.
And so now I am way more chill, where it's like I take my shit, like what I'm doing, I take seriously because it is my life, it is my job. But like if you get on stage and dick around, like perfect example, I was at a mic the other day and a buddy of mine always starts the mic like super weird. Like he gets up and will like start riffing, but like attacking other comics. And then afterwards, he'll come up to me and be like, I don't know why I'm so unlikable on stage. And I go, in that case, I'll be like, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
you're doing. Like,
Exactly.
don't fuck with me. I know you know. But if someone gets up there and just dicks around, I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Mhm.
Like, I'm fucking doing my thing. You do your. It's same thing with my sobriety. It's like, I don't give a shit what you do.
Yeah. Do you still go to meetings now?
Yeah. So I still go to meetings a lot. It's very similar with stand-up. I still go to meetings. I still go to open mics. I'm still doing all the basic rudimentary things.
Do you walk out of some meetings like, that was a great set?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
I get bits sometimes where I'm
For
like,
sure.
I'll say like, because I'm a storyteller on stage, so I'll say something that happened to me and how I reacted, and people will be like, just dying in the meeting, and I go, oh, that's a bit.
Yeah, you like that. Do
'Cause
you have
I'm
any
over the-
material though? Do you ever like go in there like knowing this is gonna
No.
punch? Okay.
I do have, as a storyteller, I do have stories that I have turned into jokes that I will tell in meetings because they do relate to what we're talking
Yeah.
about because they're about my alcoholism, which is all on my special now, so I don't have to do that stuff anymore. That's another reason I shot the special because it's like, I've been sober now for 8 years. If I keep talking about getting arrested 8 times in like 3 or 4 years, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
Of course.
Like, this is way too
100%.
much.
Yeah.
So for you, how did you find, because stand-up is kind of a niche thing. You grew up in Long Island. How did you find stand-up? Was it something you were a fan of as a kid, or was it something you just kind of got into later?
I think I was just a huge fan of talking shit to people.
Okay.
And I thought, how could I do that all the time without anybody ever telling me no? And I was like, I guess I better get funny. And that was it. And that was really, I mean, I was always funny as a kid. I was always talking shit. And I grew up in an environment of people who are fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just natural to kind of just pick up.
You got to pick it up or get out of the way. Yeah.
Exactly. And so, and I couldn't fathom having a real job. I'm not that kind of guy. I think I have, I'm not an alcoholic, but I have all the traits of someone who is being sober.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Take us through it. What do you mean?
self-destructive.
Yeah.
I do that sober. I don't need to get drunk to do that. If anything, when I'm drunk, I consider it more and go, maybe this isn't a good idea. Drinking slows me down.
When you
Actually,
have a
even-
couple of drinks, you're like, wait a second,
Yeah.
maybe.
Why don't you just take a breath? You know what I mean?
That's actually a great way to put it.
That's what it does, you know? It actually puts me down. I'm more considerate. I'm patient. Alcohol actually solves all the issues of my non-alcoholism behavior.
Your regular brain.
Yeah. So that's what comedy is kind of like that. I like being that. I mean, you know, I don't know. I think, you know, you first start, oh my God, I gotta be really good at this. I gotta get in, you know, you get into that environment. I think you go through stages of comedy where you like, you know, I've taken it seriously too, where I'm like, this is the jokes. I have to perfect them. This is going to be excellent. And then you come into like that relinquishing, fuck this, I don't care. And then everything becomes better after you relinquish the
100%.
control of it.
Yep.
And so then now I purposely go into it. Now I'm going to fuck it up. But now it's not now it's a purposeful thing to fuck it
Yeah.
up. So,
So many of my best tags come from just a throwaway line in the middle. Like, I had this joke, I crafted it, I wrote it out, I memorized it, and then I'm doing it, and then something will happen in the audience, or I'll think of something all of a sudden out of nowhere, or it'll be something that relates to the comic who was on before, and it's just a throwaway line. Boom, and you go, why don't you relax a little, Brennan? Why don't you stop taking it so fucking meticulous?
Absolutely. And I also, when
Did you first start?
I was 19 years old.
Okay.
And I did a bringer at Governor's Comedy Club.
Okay.
And speaking of drinking, I was so nervous, and that was the only time I ever drank before I went on stage. And I had like 3 Jack and Cokes, and I was just cooking on stage. I said,
Did you bring a ton of people? Because you grew up in
oh yeah, everybody came because everyone was like, he's gonna fucking eat
bomb.
his dick.
He's gonna
yeah.
bomb, yeah.
But they underestimated how great of a comedian I am, even in my first fucking open mic. I only did one of my pre-planned jokes, and everything else was just something I was riffing into a set that I was. And then also that was the worst thing it was the best and the worst thing that could possibly happen to me, because immediately I was just like, I'm fucking great.
I'll just get up there and talk.
I knew it. But then, you know, thinking back, I'm sure it was like a horrendous set, and it was just Long Island behind a Tri-County flea market, so everyone was gonna laugh at whatever the fuck I said.
Well, it is an interesting thing too, because we've been. I mean, I know for me, and especially for you, like once you do it long enough, I do run into this thing where I will be like, I'll just get up there and talk.
Yeah.
Like, I'm funny, And sometimes, like, we just obviously, I had my first setback last week after having the baby, after my wife had the baby.
Wait, so she had the baby it was just this recent?
Yeah, a month. The baby's a month old.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. We're good.
I'm
The
sorry,
appointment we have to get to is our 1 month appointment. So I waited like 4 weeks until I got back on stage, and then I started doing reaching out to bookers to get back on stage. And dude, I was like, I've been doing comedy so long. I just shot a special in May. I was like, I'm fucking cooking. I'll just get up there and talk about the baby.
Mhm.
That's funny. I'm funny. It'll be funny. It was a disaster.
Yep.
No, because I didn't. It's not even like you're talking about like having the ideas, but then getting like accepting the chaos. It was just chaos. I had no ideas. I was like, oh, I'll just go up and talk about the baby, but I had nothing, no premises, nothing written down. I was just basically like,
I have a baby now.
babies are crazy, right?
Yeah.
What's the deal with the baby?
Has it been chaotic, by the way?
Yeah, a little bit, but you know, we're getting through it.
Yeah.
But it was, and then I was like, oh, I need to write this. Like, I need to write out jokes. I can't just like, who the fuck do I? What am I, Dave Chappelle? Like, who the fuck do I think I am? And
But
so
even him, he takes fucking 4 hours,
Yeah.
and then he goes, "Oh, those 3 punchlines were good." So it's like that's his just writing session at that point.
It's just
So-
everyone will pay $250 a ticket to
Yeah.
go see his writing session. But so then I wrote a bunch of shit down, and then the next time I was on stage, I actually did them as jokes. And dude, it was like night and day. It was like, oh, these are funny. I wasn't wrong. I was just a dickhead for thinking I could just go up there and talk.
Yeah, but look what it brought to you. Like I don't think it was even a dickhead mentality. You went up there trying to riff it out. You realized there was nothing funny about it. You sat down, wrote, and so that first step was actually the best step.
That's true, actually, because it really opened my eyes to be like, hey, this is funny. This isn't funny. Like, figure it out.
I keep looking at this scar. What
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuck is that? What is that all from drinking?
No. That's
Oh.
all from being a sad boy.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your personality can't drink, bro.
Yeah.
You're not a good hang. What the fuck is going on? What happened?
Terrible.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, we talk about it a lot.
Oh, we do. Yeah, I'm
so
sorry.
this is from when I tried to kill myself when I was 17. This is from I would get drunk and like burn myself or like cut. I would scar myself. This one on my forehead is from I think it's on this side. I got into a fight with a teammate when I was playing
Football?
college football. And he slapped me in the face. So long story short, I pulled my knife because I was like, that's disrespectful. So I pulled my knife out and I went, I'll fucking kill you. And
Holy, bro, were you so drunk for all these?
oh yeah. All this was
Holy
hammered.
Shit,
Hammered.
bro.
Except for this. This one was when I was just really, really sad. But everything else, I was pretty hammered.
So what is it? The same thing you just
It's a lighter. So I don't know if you can tell, but
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is actually a lighter head right here. And I just twisted it a little, which is why it got
That's why-
flailed
okay.
out. Yeah. So these are all lighter burns. You turn the lighter upside down until it gets like red hot, and then you brand
What were you so
yourself.
sad about?
A lot of noise, man. A lot of noise up here. A lot of stuff going on up here.
How old were you when you first started football?
12.
Get knocked around too much? Did it
No,
fucking-
no, that actually. Well, yes, I have 8 concussions.
Yeah,
but,
you're done, bro.
But a lot of this happened, I guess, coincidentally with football. It wasn't like years and years after playing. This kind of all went together. But let's not. We're here to talk about you, man.
You can't see that and not talk about you, bro.
It is very funny. Sometimes people see it and they go, "Did you get shot?" And every once in a while, I'll be like, "Yeah, I don't like to talk about it."
That was my first instinct because that looks like a bullet
Yep,
wound,
yep.
and I was like, "Did an officer have to put him down? How bad was this an arrest?"
I was like, but sometimes people be like, "It looks like you got shot," and I'm like, yeah, "I don't want to talk about it." You know.
Wow, yeah,
It's incredible. I'll tell you, when you get arrested and get booked, and then you have to change out, and so you take your clothes off, and people see this.
Yeah, you want that.
Immediately,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
kind of like,
yeah,
we're not gonna fuck with that big guy over there.
Yeah.
So those are the two biggest things I always tell people. If you're gonna go to jail, either be really big or really funny.
Yeah,
Because
of
then no
course.
one's gonna fuck with you. Nobody fucks with the guy who makes them laugh. I wanted to ask you. Kind of got derailed.
No, sorry. It's just
no,
that
no,
was
no,
too
yeah.
intriguing not to
It's-
look
yeah.
at it. But I will say this: when it comes to drinking, from my end too, I do have one problem when it comes to alcohol, which is that my face, eyes, body, and mannerisms are of that of a sober person, but the content of what it is that I'm saying is out of control. And so people don't ever register that I'm drunk. They just think that I'm out of my fucking mind, you know? So I'll leave places thinking I'm like, that guy has no idea. I like the next morning, be like, that guy had no idea I was shit faced.
And he just
Everyone's like,
thinks-
you seemed fine to me. You were drunk. I'm like, bro, I was like 10 vodka sodas deep.
saying
Just saying
out-of-pocket shit.
crazy things, you know?
I will have that. I have the opposite actually, where I would have like 1 or 2 shots, and then I would be the drinking buddy. I'd be like, "Let's party, let's do a shot. You do a shot. You do a shot." And then like people who didn't know me would be like, man, Brennan's hammered. The people who knew me were like, not yet. And then when I would be sitting on the couch.
Is he bleeding? He's not yet.
Well,
Yeah.
when I would be sitting on the couch, just silent, just watching TV, then my friends would go, now he's hammered.
Yeah.
Because I just like would turn off. Like, so people would be like, oh, he's just on the couch watching TV. But I'm like fucking wasted.
So would you have like, would it be like you would turn inward when
Yeah.
you get drunk?
Mhm. When I get really hammered, I like to just be by myself and be quiet.
And were you sad in that moment or you just be alone?
I honestly, I'm probably more just wanted to be by myself.
Interesting.
It wasn't like an introspective, like I'm crying in a corner.
Yeah.
I just kind of, I'm by nature an introvert.
Yeah.
And doing this, working at the restaurant, doing stand up, I have to be extroverted for those things. So I'm an extroverted introvert. My default setting, my by nature survival setting is to be alone. So I think when I get drunk enough, I default to that where I'm like, no, I want to be by myself.
So do you think because alcohol is a depressant, it was actually the thing to alleviate you from the pressures that you feel having to be
Yeah,
on?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I and this is something I've talked about with therapists and in my program is like the alcohol again was just a symptom. Was like I felt like I had to be on, but I'm super anxious by nature, so I would be uncomfortable being on, so I would drink, and then I would feel more comfortable, and then I had no problem being on, but then it would get exhausting, and then I would drink more, and then I'd be like, I just want to be by myself. And I mean, towards the full transparency, the people who go out to bars and would get hammered, I never understood that life. I would much rather be at home by myself watching one of my favorite shows, just doing a shot to every good line in the show.
Well, it's getting pussy is what does it.
See, and that's that.
And it's weird to determine which is the addiction. Is
Yeah.
it trying to get pussy or is it drinking? But there's a conduit to it all.
100%. Because
You
that
know?
is a big thing, is the social aspect of it and like everyone getting together. Because I remember even in college, people would be like, why don't you know, that girl likes you. Why don't you talk to her? And I'm like, I'm just going to go home. I was just always very much like, I'd rather be by myself, which is, I'm a fucking crazy person. That's why I like stand up more than improv, more than sketch, more than anything. I like stand up because I'm by myself. I'm doing this. This is my thing.
Yeah. Of
Which
course.
also is a big thing about control
Narcissism?
issues and narcissism and things like that. Well, it's also, you say narcissism, which I do agree with to some extent, but also it's a very lonely place when you're bombing on stage by
Yeah.
yourself because it's not, you know,
It's the good and bad of
it's
it.
not all sunshines
Yeah.
and rainbows. I'm not like crushing, being like, I'm the greatest.
Yeah, but it's also like gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're gonna take it on the chin by yourself, and you're also gonna win,
by yourself. Yeah,
yeah.
100%. So after you did that first bringer, were you just hooked? Were you like, this is something I'm going to do now?
I think I always once that happened. You know what's funny? Speaking of, so this actually ties in perfectly. So I felt great, did another mic, and I did well, and then I think I had my identity wrapped around being a comic already, and
Yep.
I was watching a Bill Hicks documentary. That's the thing that motivated me to even get up on stage. And he was very into psychedelics or drugs. I was never really that guy. I just drank and smoked cigarettes growing up for most of my life.
Fuck
That was it.
yeah.
Budweiser's
You're the
and
coolest
Marlboros.
fucking kid.
I was the coolest fucking
Fuck
kid.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was so cool.
When did you
and I
start
didn't even
doing
know
that?
it. Oh, really young. I started drinking and doing smoking cigarettes when I was like 13.
Fuck yeah. You were so fucking cool.
I was so
Nick.
fucking cool. I didn't have this hair. Well, here's the thing though. I had a shaved head and no beard. So it didn't look cool, but it was sick.
Yeah.
And cigarettes were my fucking, I still have a problem not having cigarettes.
I mean, I tried to quit a year before the baby was born, but I started smoking in rehab.
I saw the fucking
The Zins,
the
yeah.
Zins.
I haven't
yeah.
had a cigarette. I've had one cigarette, I think, in like a year and a half. But at 25, when I went to rehab, so 13 years ago, I started smoking because I was eating all this candy. And a buddy of mine who was like, hey, dude, you're
Try smoking.
Yeah. Well, no, literally. I gained like 13 pounds in a week. And he goes, yeah, it's all the sugar, idiot. He's like, why don't you try cigarettes? And he was a heroin addict from Boston. So it's Newports that I was smoking.
Yep.
And dude, I remember that first day at rehab, all at the picnic tables, because everyone smokes in rehab. And I'm out there, like second cigarette I've ever had, drinking like an orange Fanta. And I got lightheaded and I was like, this is the fucking coolest. Just out here smoking. This is fucking cool. And then I was very addicted to it. You ever heard of such a thing? For like 10 years. And I was like, I gotta stop.
I think that was the hardest thing to break, and I still don't do it successfully. I always have a cigarette at a wedding or a wake. Well, I actually look forward to both of those things. I know
So you can smoke? If I have so when I first met my wife, she hated smoking, but she was like, but he's really hot, so whatever.
That's what my wife says too.
Since so they were just like, all right,
Really
I guess,
attractive.
yeah.
We'll see how attractive it is when she has to wheel me around.
Well, and so then I kept being like, I need to quit because I gave myself when I started smoking in rehab, I was like 10 years max. By 35, I got to quit. 35 rolls around, I try to quit, I can't. 30 because in that 10 years, I had no intentions of quitting. Like people would be like, you should quit smoking. I'd be like, I got my own timeline. Thank you very much. Like I got it. But then when I tried to quit, to your point, I was like, this is fucking hard. And then we made a deal where I would only smoke before shows. But then I was, 4 or 5 shows a week, and then all of a sudden I'm smoking.
Now you have
all
a
the
smoking
time.
habit.
Yeah,
Of course.
And then it was like, okay, I'm only going to smoke before big shows, like big, big venue, like the Stand, the Cellar, things like that. But then I would go through half a pack before my set, and I'd be like, I think I'm going to die.
Yep. What are you smoking?
Newports, same.
You never
Newports, same.
changed.
No.
Okay.
And so then finally I was like, because my brain, I was like, I either have to quit smoking or just be a smoker.
Yeah.
Like I can't do I'll have one here, I'll have one there. And so I just quit. And now I burn through.
Sorta.
Now I burn through sins.
Exactly.
But it is way better. Like I don't. My buddy Matt Fulshron has a good bit about it, but it's like is anything good for you if you light it on fire and inhale it into your lungs? And it's very true. So it's like the Zins aren't great, but it's not nearly as bad as like chain smoking.
Well,
cigarettes.
the thing is that fucks me up is that there's too much information now. So when you learn about what nicotine does positively for the brain, I have a cigarette like I'm just improving my memory, my friend. I'm trying to avoid
I'm just
Alzheimer's.
firing synapses right now.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's why I like the Zins because there's just nicotine salt.
Yeah, I know. I
And
used
so
to
it
do
is.
those too.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where I'll be working on the computer late at night, and I'm like, I need a little go. So I'll throw 2 in, and I'm like, here we go.
When I used to do Zins, every single time, and this is how much it was so closely associated to the synapses firing off in my brain going into super mode, was that whenever I pop one in, I would literally visualize in my brain that scene from Fast and the Furious when they would press the nitro, and you would, and it would just go through the whole entire mechanical system.
Fucking know. And
That's
then
how,
the whole thing like gets like slows down, and then
that's exactly how I felt. And I was doing 6 milligrams I would just pop one in, have a black coffee, that was the first thing I did in the morning. I would brush my teeth, pop it in, do a black coffee, pop another one in, and then just continue. I would have one sitting on my.
That's my problem now. Is I was doing 6s, and then I was like, I gotta get off the Zin. So then I went back down to the 3s, but now I'm that same thing where it's like I always have one in, unless I'm at the gym or eating. I have a Zin in, and it's becoming like like you need to this is too much because you can I can feel it in my gums.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It starts ripping them up a little bit. Too,
And I put it on the same spot, so it's like I'll go to brush my teeth. I'm like, why does my gums look a little lower on one side? But it is just that mentality of like, I need something. I need some. I was doing energy drinks for a while, which boy, buddy, that will fuck your day up.
No, I never liked that.
I was drinking them like they were booze.
Of course.
And like I would be at work at the restaurant. I would bring an energy drink with me. So halfway through the shift, I'd drink that. Then I'd get off, go to the bodega, grab an energy drink for my ride home. And then I'd get home, start doing work on the computer, like cutting clips and shit like that. And then I'd be like, you know what I need? I need another energy drink. And I'd go in the fridge and drink one. And then I would get horrible sleep and wake up in the morning feeling hungover. And it's like, I didn't have any alcohol. It's like, yeah, you had 900 milligrams of caffeine.
What's going on, Brennan? What are you running from?
Oh, I don't do it anymore. I'm good now. No more energy drinks. Well, on occasion, but hey.
What do you feel when you're alone and there's nothing stimulating you?
Oh, so relaxed.
Yeah?
So relaxed. It's just hard to get there.
I know.
I feel like I always have to be doing something.
I agree.
Yeah.
And Instagram doesn't help too. And like the addictions as you get older get gayer. So it starts with alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, and then now it's like I'm refreshing my Instagram to see if anyone liked my fucking video.
Yep, it's the Instagram. It's the, I got to eat healthy. I got to go to the gym every day. And it's like, who the fuck am I? I'm not a fucking Arnold. What do I think I'm doing?
How old are you?
38.
38? Okay, you're looking good for 38.
Thank you very much. I still go to the gym 6 days a week because I'm a psycho.
No, that's good. And you need, it seems like you have a personality where you need to offset some energy. Like everything's just channeled in here and you're like, let it go.
You need to relax a little, guy.
I know, because I guarantee if you didn't go to the gym, there'd be some holes in these fucking walls, if I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen your wife's face, by the way. I hope she's okay.
I assure you. Well, that was another thing, too, is it is funny. I don't know if you might actually relate to this a lot. But do you ever get into an argument with your wife and she'll be like, stop yelling? And you go, you haven't seen yelling. I do default to that sometimes. She'll be like,
My
why
mother-
are you yelling at me? And I'm like, oh, this is not even close to the vicinity of yelling.
My wife is actually so reasonable, and when she says things, I'm able to comprehend them. And the biggest problem in my relationship is that I'm finding out it's me. where you go, because I haven't been with anyone long enough to recognize that, this is my, and this sounds so like, oh, really? Is it? No, I genuinely am a problem because like I said, I'm self-destructive. I like a little chaos. If something erupts me, I like to just cut the head off of the snake immediately. But I jump to 10 when something only required a 3.
Yep.
And the 3, it maybe didn't even require a 3. It's just I'm in a weird mood that day. I find myself, I have more periods than my wife does when it comes to emotional states.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, dude, I'm frustrated all the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of my wife,
Hello, nice to
Tracy,
meet you.
Nick, Tracy.
Okay, there's no bruises on her. I
No.
was just concerned.
And when you said I'm the problem, she immediately looked up and was like, to
Well,
me.
I noticed that when I said I'm the problem, she comes walking out. I love when we are talking about wives, they suddenly just appear in the podcast.
She was like, yeah,
Nice to
Brennan,
meet
you
you.
are.
Congrats on the baby, by the way. That's incredible.
Did he?
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
of course.
perfect.
No,
We
my
got
fault.
time.
Yeah.
So I was going to say the overreacting and stuff like that. Is that just because, again, I'm the same way. Dude, I break glasses at work. I work at a very nice restaurant, like a very swanky steakhouse. And if one of the other servers, because we're a pool house, so we all share money, if they do something where I think they're fucking my money up, I'll smash a wine glass. And it's just, people are like, Brennan's upset. And it's like, maybe don't do that.
I used to do that more when I was younger. I've definitely learned to like curtail the anger a lot. But when it comes to me and my wife, like it's not like she'll match me and then have to bring me down, and then I feel like an idiot, and I'm like, God damn, I came out of this nowhere. The anger and punching and shit like that only used to happen when I first started doing comedy, and I would do some Bushwick show. And I was like, these kids are fucking losers. They think they're funnier than me, and they wouldn't give me anything. And this used to happen frequently. I would open the car door of my Honda Civic and just punch the inside of it over and over again. And until I started to feel pain, I'm like, okay, that's enough. But now that at this age, I haven't done that level of fucking like.
Yeah, it's the
rawness.
break the glass thing is probably the worst. And again, I say it like it happens all the time. It happens very rarely. Like I don't.
Don't fucking
but
pull it back
no,
now.
It does.
No, it's rare. Yeah.
But it does happen. Oh, it does happen. But I don't.
It's an upgrade because you used to hurt yourself. Now you just hurt everything around
When
you.
I used to, but it is an interesting thing you say about the being around people who will like match you and then bring you down.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is when I was drinking, I was around people where we just all elevate. Like I say elevated each other like it was a good thing. No, very negative. Like everyone was just like, let's do another. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. And now it's weird because being around people who are kind of like, hey, let's just relax. Like just calm down. Not a big deal. You're like, oh yeah, I can just chill out. And it doesn't like the world's not going to end. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, everyone that I came up with, or like my family mostly, is an escalation. Everything had to be escalated.
Yeah.
My wife is just very like, whoa, what are we doing here? And I'm like, this is what you do, don't you not? And she's like, no, we could just, figure it out.
We can talk about it.
We can talk about it. You don't have to get to like a weird place. And then you feel even worse.
I feel like such an idiot
Absolutely,
when I get hit with why are you yelling?
Yeah, why
about
Yeah.
moving the car, like it's not a big deal. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I had to get in the elevator. I had to go downstairs. I had to look for a parking spot for 20 minutes. And my wife's like, yeah, and you're home now.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. And it's like, fuck.
I had a therapist, an old therapist, tell me one time, was like, what essentially, and this is when we were just dating, she was essentially what she's doing is watching a child throw a tantrum and waiting for it to be over. And it is that.
It really feels so small when it's worded like that.
She's right.
Yeah.
She's right.
Dude, I've actually grown a lot now, especially in my sobriety, of being able to recognize that. And now when I like act out, I immediately will go, because it's the AA brain in me, but I'll immediately be like, my bad, that was too far. I apologize. I won't do it again. But before, I used to, like a dog with a bone, I'd be like, I'm right, they're fucking wrong. I'm right, they're wrong. And I would hold on to it forever, being like, you're an idiot, you're an idiot, you're an idiot. And now I don't act out as much, but when I do act out now, I'm a lot better about being like, Hey, actually, yeah, you guys were right. That was way too far.
I escalate in my brain though. I just start going and I start creating a new scenario. Same people.
You're in the shower like these motherfuckers
every time, bro.
Yeah.
If I'm driving alone or from whatever, if I'm in a mood, it just keeps jumping up to the next thing. And then when I see the person, I'm responding to an argument that they never had with me, but I had with myself
I've had that
through
with my
them
dad so many times where I'm like, I should have said this, and next time I'm gonna do that. And then I'll get on the phone with them, and like this is years ago, but I'd get on the phone with them and be like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
No, I bring it up as if it's something that actually fucking happened. And so now they're responding
We have
to
a real fucking problem on our hands.
Oh, like you don't fucking know. Like
no, actually I don't. This all happened in your brain.
That's exactly right. And so it's like they have to answer for an imaginary scenario that I created through my own projection of what they probably meant when they said that to me.
Oh, that's another thing is what they meant when they said.
Yeah,
that's a huge
that's
one.
a big one for me.
When people, I had a friend in town, Will Blaylock, one of the funniest comics in Jacksonville. I keep telling him he needs to move to a bigger city. He's so funny, and for the longest time that I've known him, I've just wanted him to accept that I am also funny. And so he came into town, and we're talking about shooting because it's just the respect of your peers.
Yeah, of course.
And we're shooting the special, and through the whole, he was here for like 4 or 5 days, and we were going to mics together, and we're going to shows and doing things. And the whole time I would just be like, yeah, I got the special coming up. I got this coming up. And like, he's like, man, you're really doing it. I really respect the fact that, and in my head, I'm like, you didn't say you're funny though. You said you respect me. You never said I was funny. And so then by the end of the trip, he brings it up. Because he doesn't shy away from conflict. He finally goes, Brennan, we've been friends for a long time. And I've noticed this whole trip, it's almost like you want me to say, I think you're funny. And I was like, what? Me? Now what? And he goes, man, I just want you to know I really respect you.
Wow, good for him.
He kept the bit going.
Yeah.
Where he was like, I'm not going to say it now. Now I know you want me to say it. Now I'm not going to say it. He was like, well, I know you really want me to say that. And just know I respect you. And I was like, motherfucker.
I respect this guy too, actually. That was pretty slick.
But it is just, my brain will just go off the fucking rails. So 13, smoking, drinking, having fun. You do comedy in Long Island. What is happening? I wanted to ask you this because I kind of got derailed. But what happens between the 13-year-old you and then like finally doing stand-up? Are you like a party guy? Are you going out every weekend? Like during high school? Did you end up going to college? Like what ends up happening?
I was always a weekend drinking, like that's just what you did.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like a party guy, but I was just in the corner talking shit guy mostly. And
crowd around me.
Yeah. That's eventually what would happen is like me and my friend would be at a party and drinking and talking shit, and then inevitably people will start being around us. And
don't you love it? I love it when that happens at a comedy club. Like you're at a table just talking to one friend, and the next thing you look up and every comic who's on the show is at your table, and you're like,
and we're all talking shit. And that I love more than anything. And then I did radio for a little bit too. I worked for a right-wing Republican station for a while because they were the only one that hired me. None of the other channels would. So
yeah, a lot of people don't understand. Sometimes it's just a need.
Yeah,
like, I just need to get a job.
Yeah, that's what it is. But I had to leave them because I was just like, all right, you guys, this is really important to you.
Listen here, Nick. It's the most important.
And it was at the height of like Trump's presidency, and then the first one,
yeah,
and.
Dude, they take that shit serious.
They take it too seriously. And I was like, and also too, just boring talk radio. Yeah. Like I didn't want to be like, my whole job was to break it up, but it's just like, how much could you really like have fun with Mitch McConnell's conversation? Like it wasn't a good time for me. They were having fun because I would just, whatever. So I did that, and I never went to college. I went to broadcasting school.
Okay.
But what happened was, why I brought up Bill Hicks earlier and drugs, I did Molly for the first time. And
how old?
I was 19.
Okay, I thought you were going to say like 14.
No. I was 19. And I wasn't ready for that come down. I was just trying to experiment with drugs because I'm a comedian now. That's what these guys do. And when I did that, it just shattered my entire version of myself. When I came down, I didn't know who I was. Suddenly I had this anxiety that I never had prior.
That dopamine will fuck your day
when it dropped, bro, it was done. Like I didn't know how to be in society. I didn't have erections. I was like and then I had to climb myself out of that hole that I put myself in. I think it was a blessing because it kind of shook me loose from because everything was broken. That included my insecurities, my confidence, like that. So I had to rebuild piece by piece. It was a blank canvas. That's how I decided to cope with it. But it was probably the worst thing that ever fucking happened to me. But
was that the accidental one?
No.
Okay.
So once I did Molly the first time and I shattered myself, I felt like, well, now I'm free. I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want.
You went the other way.
I went the other way.
You're like, well, actually, now I know what it does. I know how freeing it can be.
All I thought to myself was like, it can't. I know I've already felt the worst. This is
can't get
everything
any
I
worse
was
than
going to be
this,
afraid of when it came to drugs happened to me already. So why not continue to do drugs?
It's not going to get any worse.
It's not going to get any worse. So when I accidentally did Molly, is because I was already doing coke at that point, and it was just on the table. And at that point, I wasn't. If I was drinking, it means I was doing this, and it was out on the table, and we're at a party. And I just snorted it, and as soon as I did, I was just like, "Nah, it's not coke." And my friend's face was just like, "That was
Too
Molly."
much, too much, too much.
And I had a christening the next morning too.
Oh my God, how'd the christening go?
It was beautiful. It was the most remarkable.
I honestly was the most free I've ever been.
It was remarkable. I never felt more present with God. But I just had to, and that was my. But I think that's important. I think you're supposed to have those. I never was like the full on addict guy.
Yeah.
I was just I just didn't care, and it felt good knowing that nothing. I think a lot mattered to me as a kid, so I needed a period of time where nothing mattered at all to me, and that was probably from 19 to like 23, were my most hectic, like self-destructive. I don't care. I'm doing everything in life and seeing what happens. But I'm glad because it was like, okay, at least I got that out early, and I didn't have to go to college.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's what those years are for, though.
That's what I thought,
19
too.
and 23, yeah.
Yeah. And I just didn't have to pay I didn't have to be in debt for it.
Who are you telling?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Dude, this was I got to get you back on. We have to cut it short because we got to go to the doctor.
Oh, yeah, no, my fault. I apologize.
No. Plug everything one more time. Let everybody know where they can
just
find
follow
you.
my Instagram at Nick Tilleli. Go to my YouTube, and that's it.
Dude, you got to come back.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we still have like 4 more stories.
Yeah,
You're so good at the show, too. Sometimes people come in and then it's just we talk comedy for an hour and then they're like, oh, I didn't even talk about drinking. You went right in, man. You were
fuck
on
comedy.
it.
Who
You
gives
were
a
right
shit?
on it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. At Brennan T Comedy on all social media, BrennanTComedy.com, Milwaukee, Chicago, DC, West Nyack, all the dates on BrennanTComedy.com. I'll be featuring for the great Matt Fulcheron, and we'll talk to y'all next week. Boom.